Hey everyone, guess what? My roommate's sister just died! Woohoo! Alright! Yeah! Woo! Roommate, what's wrong? Oh, you're telling me your face of happiness and joy was actually one of pain and sorrow? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Cover art! Album covers. They exist. Whenever you're discovering new music, whether that be with a single, EP, album, mixtape, or whatever it is, the artwork is and will always be the first thing you notice. While they don't dictate if the music sounds good or not, it can dictate whether you listen to it or not, because trust me, I've listened to some records that I never once in a million years would have checked out unless the cover art was good. Cover art can come in many different types. It can be insanely complex, detailed, and surreal like the cover to Black Midi's debut album Schlagenheim, very minimal and artsy like the cover to Shame's album Drunk Tank Pink, or it can just be a dude standing there. This seems to be a popular one. Now, as much as I would love to put a ton of covers into multiple different subgroups, there's only two different groups for album artworks that I actually care about. Good and bad. Like, I could rant on and on about how a certain record's art is a masterpiece because of the deeper hidden meaning behind it and how it both has a profound statement about the album but also for society at large. And while there are definitely artworks like that, I'm sorry, but if it looks like shit, it fucking sucks. That's what I think a lot of this video will boil down to. While I'm not going to be discussing the importance of the cover today, I will be talking about what makes a good cover and what makes a bad cover. This may sound like a very simplistic discussion to be having, but trust me, a lot of artists in the music industry still don't know how to make a good cover. Like, seriously, it's not that hard, guys. Like, how in the f did anyone see the cover to Find the Beat by Blueface and think that it was okay to use? Alright guys, 4 words. Poorly drawn Tin Man. Yes! This is what the market wants! So let's talk about how to make a good cover. In my opinion, there are 3 key aspects to a great album artwork that will stick out to the listener. The first thing that anyone making an album cover should consider is making the art relate to the album in a certain way. This may sound really general and broad, and that's because it is. As long as your cover has something to do with either the artist themselves, the title of the record, the sound of the album, literally anything connected at all, you will get a point in my book. This could be something super conceptual, like the cover off of Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, where the cover art relates to many of the album's core themes and talking points. It also can be something insanely simplistic, like a zoomed in picture of a goldfish on the cover of Vince Staples' Big Fish Theory. And yes, even if the cover is just of a dude standing there, like on Perfume Genius's Set My Heart on Fire Immediately, it would still fill the needs of this category. Plus, in this one, he's staring at me quite sensually, and it's making me feel a certain type of way. Also, like, come on, some of the most iconic covers of all time are just clear references to the title with nothing else, and it totally works. Like, seriously, Abbey Road by the Beatles. There's the Beatles, and they're all walking on Abbey Road. Mind-blowing. Another example of a cover that relates to the album in the simplest way is Mac DeMarco's This Old Dog. On this cover, it just has a bunch of doodles Mac drew while making the record, but also you can see the titles to multiple songs off the album, like My Old Man, Dreams from Yesterday, and Watching Him Fade Away. It's a nice touch. Plus, the cover looks really good on your wall. Trust me, I would not be buying your cover if I didn't like it. I can't just go stimulate the economy all the time. What do you think I am, a capitalist? But every now and then, you'll get a cover that somehow doesn't relate with anything about the release at all. The example I'll use here is once again from Mac DeMarco with his album Here Comes the Cowboy. Like, what? What am I supposed to take from this? Seriously, what is this supposed to convey? Confusion? Because if so, good job. Bad cover. I don't like it. Sue me. Hey roommate, what do you think of that cover? Yeah. Anyways, the second thing you should try to do when making a good album cover is to grab the attention of your listener. Like I said, there have been plenty of times where I was looking for good music and I listened to an album solely because the artwork caught my eye. I've stated in the past that King Cruel's The Ooze did exactly this for me. Some people have their issues about minimalist cover arts, but this one just works so well for me. It's so subtle and intriguing. Like, it's able to raise a lot of questions without having to do much. For example, what is that thing shooting across the picture? Why was this chosen to be the cover? Plus, I feel like it was made for me because light blue and pink together is easily my favorite color combination. Now, while minimal album artwork can work very well, it can also fall flat on its face. The best example of this not working well is the classic let's make a cover art one color and that's it approach. It was done by Earl Sweatshirt on his Solace EP with just a solid pink cover, it was done by Pierre Bourne on Life of Pierre 4 with a solid purple, and it was done by both Childish Gambino and the Beatles where they both used a solid white cover, which is somehow even even worse than the other covers I already mentioned. I don't know why I don't like these types of covers. It could be because I find them extremely lazy, but it's also because there's nothing about artworks like this that I'm able to grasp onto. Like, what am I even supposed to say about a cover like this? Oh, right, my favorite color. Beige. Some people might yell at me in the comments and be like, "F you, Luke. The White Album by the Beatles is a classic cover art. No wonder you're a virgin, you stupid prick." You're right, it is a classic cover. Still sucks though. Shockingly, minimal album artworks aren't the only way to make an intriguing cover. Another way I have in mind is the "oh, what in the fresh hell is that" approach. Yep, Death Grips has a lot of crazy artworks, but the one for Year of the Snitch is easily the one that intrigues me the most. While it's not my favorite cover art by the band, that title would go to Bottomless Pit, I do feel like Year of the Snitch grabs my attention the most by far. A lot of questions go to people's heads about this artwork, mainly, why are there mouths? But guys, I think we're asking the wrong question. What we should be asking is, why are they wet? Consider that for a moment. Hey, roommate, why are the mouths wet? Nice. Anyways, I used to hate the Year of the Snitch cover because I thought it was disgusting to look at. Then one day it clicked and I was like, oh yeah, it's supposed to look disgusting. I mean, thinking about how the album is essentially the musical equivalent to one of those cursed photos you see all around the internet, this cover really encapsulates that vibe. Anyways, it's intriguing, it's good cover. As for album covers that are boring, James Blake has had a few lackluster ones. Specifically Overgrown, the cover to that record has never reached out to me very much. I don't know if it's because it's sort of just him standing there in the snow or if it's because of the really muted color palette, but nothing about this cover screams, I'm a good album cover. Instead of screaming, it's more of a muted, eh. So yeah, it's not bad, but it's pretty mid. Now, finally, the last piece of advice I have on how to make a great album cover. What you gotta do, and I can't stress this enough, you gotta make the artwork recognizable. You want a cover art that after someone sees it for the first time, they know exactly what it's for every other time they see it. Like, hey, it's Slint. Over there, it's Tyler the Creator. Wow, it's Yo La Tengo. Look, it's, Daft Punk. Seriously though, think about it. Some of the most critically acclaimed and well-remembered albums of all time have a recognizable cover. Now, I'm not saying that you have to make a good cover for people to regard your record in the highest light possible, but what I'm implying is that for some odd reason, that seems to be the case. This could just be because the album is famous or whatever, but shut up, it's my video! So, if you ever plan on dropping a classic in the near future, just make sure the album cover is super easy to remember. And that's pretty much it. If you hit all those 3 marks, in my opinion, you got a pretty good album cover. Now, I have never made an album cover, but to prove that this 3-step process is flawless, I'm gonna turn some shit into gold. Alright, what should I use? What should I use? Oh, roommate, say cheese! Nice. You look really good. F you. Alright, so I don't know how to use Photoshop on my laptop, so right now I'm just using random effects on my iPhone. I think it should work out pretty good. Oh, he's T-Pain now. Well, at least it's recognizable. Now all I need to do is make it intriguing and make it somehow match the content to an album that does not exist. Got it.